Right now, circulating inside your body is about 5 liters of flawless, high-tech fluid. Your blood is essentially a personal supercomputer. It delivers oxygen, regulates temperature, and maintains a razor-thin pH balance. If that balance drops or spikes by just 0.2, it is lights out with a medical coma and curtains. But now, imagine you decide to play mad scientist. You completely cut off your body's supply of clean water, and for 30 straight days, you replace it entirely with a dark fizzy concoction, morning, noon, and night. Instead of tea, soup, or a simple glass of H2O, you drink nothing but Coke. Over the course of the month, the average person would chug about 40 liters of the stuff. Congratulations. You've just dumped nearly 10 pounds of pure, refined sugar and about 40 grams of phosphoric acid directly into your bloodstream. If you tried to eat that much sugar straight from the bag with a spoon, your body's safety software would immediately kick in and trigger your gag reflex. But Big Food outsmarted your system. The phosphoric acid in soda cuts the sickening sweetness, so your brain just smiles and waves the carbohydrate avalanche right through. Most people think soda only ruins your teeth and adds a few inches to your waistline. Well, good news. Your teeth and waistline are the least of your worries. The real thriller is unfolding inside your blood vessels. If you pricked your finger on day 1 of this experiment, you'd see normal bright red blood. If you did it on day 30, it would be dark maroon, almost black, and it would ooze out sluggishly like a warm caramel syrup. My name is Chris. Today we are skipping the boring doctor's lectures and diving straight into a hardcore biochemical breakdown. We are going to track exactly how 30 days on Coke turns your blood into a sticky sludge, forces your organs to play a desperate game of defense, and triggers symptoms you'd never expect from a regular soft drink. Let's roll. Day 1. You finish your first can. Within 20 minutes, a tidal wave of sugar crashes into your bloodstream. A normal blood sugar level is around 5 millimoles per liter. Right now, that number is breaking through the roof. Your pancreas looks at the dashboard, rubs its eyes, and hits the nuclear alarm button. It floods your blood with a massive toxic dose of insulin. Insulin's job is to frantically grab this sugar and hide it somewhere, anywhere, before the system fries itself. More often than not, it goes straight to your fat stores. 40 minutes later, the storm passes, and insulin forcibly crashes your blood sugar way below baseline. At this point, your blood vessels are running on empty, and your brain, which just experienced a mini high, gets a signal. Energy is at 0. We've been robbed. Get us more sugar, ASAP. You feel sluggish, irritable, and hit with an overwhelming urge to crack open a second can. Welcome to the roller coaster. You just bought a ticket for a month-long ride. Day 10. The psychological trap is snapped shut. You've been drinking Coke instead of water for over a week, and this is where a fundamental law of physics enters the chat. Osmosis. Because of the constant sugar overload in your blood, its osmotic pressure spikes. In plain English, your blood becomes way too concentrated. By the laws of nature, to water down this syrup, your blood starts literally sucking moisture out of the surrounding tissues and cells. Your cells begin to shrivel from dehydration, while you sit on the couch thinking you've just quenched your thirst. And this is when a hidden symptom of day 10 rears its ugly head, one you would never link to soda. You start regularly waking up at 4 in the morning with your heart racing and a sudden wave of anxiety. No, it is not a midlife crisis, and it is not work stress. Because of severe dehydration and crashing potassium levels, your adrenal glands pump norepinephrine into your blood in the middle of the night. That is your circulatory system screaming, "Hey, we are drying up out here, wake up and give us some actual water." But instead, you stumble to the fridge and take a swig of cold Coke. Your kidneys quietly leave the chat. Day 20. Your liver officially files for bankruptcy. Here is the deal. The sugar in soda is a mix of glucose and fructose. While every cell in your body can burn glucose for fuel, fructose can only be processed by your liver. Liquid fructose hits your system instantly, bypassing all safety valves. Your liver goes into absolute shock from the energy overload and switches into factory mode. It starts packing that sugar into fat, wrapping itself in it from the inside out. Say hello to fatty liver disease, something usually reserved for heavy alcoholics. Your blood is now swimming with triglycerides, fat droplets that turn your plasma into a cloudy emulsion. Meanwhile, your red blood cells, the erythrocytes, start acting like drunk guys at a bar. Normally they carry a negative electrical charge which makes them bounce off one another so they can easily slide through tiny capillaries. But when your blood is drowning in sugar, a process called glycation happens. The sugar literally candies the membranes of your red blood cells. They lose their charge, become sticky, and clump together like stacks of coins. In hematology, they call this the sludge effect. Your blood now looks less like a smooth highway and more like rush hour gridlock. Because of this, a new symptom hits you, a constant dull headache and brain fog. Your brain is suffering from straight-up oxygen deprivation because those candied red blood cells physically cannot squeeze into the tiny blood vessels in your head. Your heart has to work way harder to pump this sludge through your body, sending your blood pressure climbing. Day 30, the grand finale. Your body is running through its absolute last reserves. Due to the nonstop sugar spikes, the inner lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium, becomes rough and inflamed. Your body perceives your entire bloodstream as one giant, weeping wound. To patch up these micro tears, your liver goes into overdrive, pumping out massive amounts of bad cholesterol. It is used like biological duct tape. Your blood is now heavily congested, not just with sugar and fat, but with cholesterol plaques, just looking for a tight spot to get stuck in. But the ultimate system failure happened to your hormones. Thanks to 30 days of relentless insulin pressure, your cells have developed insulin resistance. They are simply tired of the pancreas screaming at them, so they block their receptors and refuse to let glucose in. The sugar is trapped in your blood with nowhere to go. You're officially standing on the doorstep of prediabetes. If you drew your blood on day 1 and again today, a lab technician would swear these samples belong to two completely different people, one who is severely ill and another who belongs in a medical textbook. Let's do a cynical recap of this month. What did your blood actually pay for giving up water? First, a massive change in viscosity. Your blood lost its flow and the workload on your heart spiked by 50%. This is the absolute shortest shortcut to blood clots and early hypertension. Second, mineral bankruptcy. To save your blood from being acidified by the phosphoric acid, your body ransacked its own bones and teeth for calcium and magnesium to use as a shield. Your bones are now more brittle, and your kidneys are accumulating microscopic stones. Third, metabolic chaos. Your liver is suffocating in fat, your cholesterol is through the roof, and your cells went on strike against insulin. You've successfully rewired your metabolism into a state of permanent inflammation. Our bodies are incredibly resilient machines that can take a beating for years. The food industry knows this and brilliantly exploits our evolutionary craving for sweets. Cavemen never stumbled upon 10 pounds of pure sugar in one place, so our bodies simply don't have a built-in defense mechanism against a liquid avalanche like this. Having a can of Coke once every 2 weeks with a good pizza is totally fine. Your body's kidneys and hormone buffers can handle it without breaking a sweat. But turning a chemical, carbonated concentrate into your only source of life is a slow, deliberate demolition of your own transportation system. Your blood does an insane amount of work to keep you alive every single day. Don't you think it's time to cut it some slack, stand up, and just pour yourself a glass of crisp, clean water? Check out our other videos on how everyday foods rewire our biology, and I'll see you in the next one.